What's up, YouTube? Welcome to more trades. I'm posting this as an urgent update. I put this target earlier on, and you can see that Bitcoin is heading down the target. An important thing I wanted to show about this chart that I just noticed. I don't think so anyone else in the space is showing it. I could be wrong, but I haven't seen it before. But yeah, these are the fib lines. I'm gonna take that off here. I'm going to go to another chart. Actually, let me pull a cleaner chart. This is the Bitstamp chart. I'm going to show you Bitcoin on the weekly throughout history. Let me enlarge its font for the people who are watching through their phones. Okay, on the weekly, if we pull out EMAs, I have it ready on another chart. Let me see if I can find it. It was the EMAs. It's a cross that on Ethereum we only got it twice. This is the second time we get it on Ethereum. On other charts like Bitcoin, we've had it a few times, but every time we had it, it was really bad for Bitcoin. We had more downside to go. I'm not trying to give any FUD in here, but we could have a pump today when New York opens in a couple of hours, maybe 3 hours. New York Stock Exchange, when the futures market opens. But let me put this on here. We need I'll show you this. On the weekly, I'll get rid of all these drawings. Okay, on the weekly, as you can see, we have the 10. We have the 10 in red, the 100 in blue. Just focus on those. As you can see, this is a weekly time frame. We have the 10 in red over here and the 100 in blue. We essentially got a bearish cross over here. This was on the 30th of May, the weekly candle of the 30th of May. So you see this weekly candle didn't cross yet. Let's zoom in here. The cross happened when this other weekly candle opened and started going down. So let's look, when did this happen before? If you go back in history of Bitcoin, this is Bitcoin, so you will find that it happened. Just focus on the red and the blue one. The yellow one is the 200, where we found support whenever we broke. So as far as you can go since the beginning of Bitcoin, the 100 EMA started here on November 2016. We got a cross over here once. It was this candle that crossed and confirmed by the next candle. And if you measure the movement from this candle to the bottom here, we had a 43% drop on that one. Now let's go on. And then we had a bullish cross and we ripped up very high. So that's a bullish thing. Next time we had that, it was a fake out, but we still had a drop. They just touched. They didn't, before they crossed, we had a push up and it became a fake out. Okay, let's go forward in time. We had it now. So if we say this could happen again on the chart for the second time, what would it look at? How much are we looking at? If we say 43% from when it crossed, it didn't cross over here. It crossed over here. So if we go from this candle and we go down 43%, let's say 40%. That's around the 18 to 17K range. That will be just somewhere around the CME gap. So more confluence for that. And at the moment, if you see last time it happened, we got a cross, we got support on the 200. Keep in mind, we've lost the 200 over here. We need to look at the 300. We need to look at the 300 and the other EMAs at the moment. So if I put down the 300, and the 400, and you look where they're sitting on the weekly. That's the 200, 300 and 400 on the weekly. The 400 weekly didn't print yet. We still don't have it on Bitstamp for some reason. So we have the 10 crossing the 100. We have the price below the 200. We didn't get support as we did over here on the 200. And we're heading to the 300, which sits on the weekly. It's here, 20,992. That's a price range close to our CME gap. I have several charts showing that target. Now, that's for Bitcoin. Now, if I go to Ethereum, let's try and replicate that on Ethereum. Let's delete all indicators and let's go on the weekly. Ethereum on the weekly looks very bad. We're going down. We have support on this order block over here. But if we lose that, then essentially we have no support over here. We're going down easily to 600 range. Let me put the EMAs 10, 100, 200, 300. $10, 100, 200, 300 and 400. This is a weekly on Ethereum. This is on Binance. I need to go to Ethereum on Bitstamp or something. Let me go to Ethereum over here. Yeah. Ethereum on Bitstamp. Remove the indicators. Just keep in mind, I'm just showing you this as Confluence, but we may get a pump when the futures market open today. It opens, let me see, I'll let you know when it opens so you're aware of. Let's see, when does the US Brinks box begin and when does New York come in line? If we go to the 1 hour chart, the US futures is open at that will be 2 p.m. GMT, and 1 hour before that you have the US Brinks box. So usually there's a lot of volatility then. You may get a false move up, then we continue down. As you see over here, we had the US Brinks box, held the range, we pumped up and we collapsed. It's normal for that. Mondays is a false day move. We have a tricky move on Monday. Okay, now Ethereum, if we go to look at the EMAs on the weekly, Ethereum is already testing the 300. Ethereum is leading Bitcoin, which is a big problem. And another problem is Ethereum doesn't have a 400 EMA. Ethereum is testing the 300. It lost all of them. It's testing the 300. Now, if I want to look, when did Ethereum cross the 10 cross the 100 before? As you can see, the red EMA crossing the blue. It happened here. We had a cross over here. And if you go back in Ethereum's history to look for bearish crosses of, it's only the second time it happens. It's the second time it happens. What happened the first time that happened? Let's zoom in. The first time it happened, we had the cross on this candle and we dropped approximately 72.8%. But when we had the bullish cross, we ripped up. It was insane, an insane pump. So 72.8%. If we are to be modest and say, okay, we'll just do 70%. we didn't cross on this candle. We didn't cross here. The cross happened here. If you zoom in, and you look, you didn't cross over here. You crossed on the next candle. So this candle, and you pull down 73% from there, or even 70%, puts you down to the $600 range. 70% puts you at 550. 550. What do I have at 550? If we look on the if we look left at this price range, we have this point, which is kind of support. Here support. So essentially we have no support all the way down. If we lose now the 1227 or the 12k range, we went below the 12k range, but it was a wick. If you notice, today we went to 1176. If we don't get to bounce back up and we continue opening hourly candles below that, as we are now attempting to do that, then we'll have a big problem. We'll just probably just tank down. But be aware, we might get a pump to support. I'd like to show you Bitcoin targets. I have this on Bybit. This is my Fib channel. We have a target at 19,434. I have over here, this is on Bybit as well. These are several Fib channels plotted different ways. And if you go on the hourly chart and see what is our next support, 23,266. Of course, now with time, it's declining, so we're going to go down here. And if we're to pump, what's our next support? Our resistance, 26,655. If we lose 23,223, then our next point is here, somewhere close to the 300 EMA on the weekly. The DXY is still ripping up. If we go to the 5-minute, it looks like we're just retesting and we're going to continue up. Nasdaq is getting a pullback. US 30, Dow Jones. Let's look at Dow Jones on the hourly. We might get a pullback where we still have room to go down. Yeah, so that was a quick update. Hope you enjoyed it. Smash a like, trade safe, keep your stops. Don't go on very heavy leverage or 50% of your portfolio. Yeah, I'm out.